Haven't been feeling good lately. You know when you're 40 years old? Not 40. In your I wish I was 40 years old. I'm older than that. When you're in your 40s, you got to remember, I mean, you're looking at someone that used to be a weightlifter and was an MVP halfback 2 years in a row. I know I don't look like it, but I was. But after you get married and you eat a lot and you get fat and then you're in your 40s, this is what you need. You need one knee brace. You need one jar of heartburn pills. Then you need a whole big shitload of prednisone just to get through the fucking day. And don't forget, you go blind. You need them too. I never needed any of that shit when I was 30, when I was 40 or younger. And all of a sudden, bam! You're a mess. We have this ongoing love affair with Sig Sauer. I've had Sig Sauers for years. I mean, I've had them years ago, and I've always had them, and I've always liked them. If you look at my early videos, at one time they were my favorite handgun before I really started getting into Glocks, and before I realized how genius of a design a Glock really is. I realized that Glock is in my top 5 favorite firearms, definitely top 3, you know. But Sig was always at the top of my list. If you watch the videos from the past, and you know, the last, let me see, what the frig, this last past year or the year before, I've had a lot of bad luck with Sig Sauer. Bad, man. I mean, it's terrible. So, I mean, I got so much faith in them, I even gave them a 4th chance. A 4th chance. And this is the 4th chance right here. Because, you know, I gotta have a signature Sig Sauer in my collection. When I say signature, the guns they're known most for, the models that are proven reliability with the military and law enforcement, which means the 229, the 226, you know, the P229. They're their signature guns. They're the guns, you know, that really put them on the map. I'm not talking about their 1911s or anything, any newer guns they've been putting out. I've always been a huge fan of the P229. I love, first of all, it's probably one of the nicest looking guns. One of the nicest looking guns out there. And this Elite Dark, or Dark Elite, whatever you want to call it, really caught my eye when it came in the gun shop. And what I loved most about it was, see, here's my issue. The original Sig Sauer grips, before they put these on, to me looked the best. Then you had them E2 grips, whatever you call them. They felt the best, but I can't stand how they look. Then they came out with these. So you got the best of both worlds. You have that slim, narrow grip, you know, to make the whole outside diameter a lot more slimmer, so you can put your hand around it better. It feels better in your hand. And at the same time, it looks fantastic. So I don't know why they didn't do this a long time ago. So it has a really aggressive checkering where it needs to be. The whole entire thing don't need to be like sandpaper. I know some guys like that. I don't like that. I'm a visual guy, so to me, the grips on the gun have to be just as attractive as the whole gun, and I just don't get that with those E2 grips. But if you look at a gun as a tool, then you're good to go. You ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm a little bitch when it comes to visual, so it's got to be pretty. It's got to be pretty, especially if you're I'm putting out a lot of money for it. All right. Now, the past 229s I've had. I had a 229 Elite Stainless. A 229 Elite Stainless. That is such a pretty gun. It's a beautiful stainless steel. The frame is steel. And it has dark rosewood grips. It's friggin' beautiful. What it was doing was every once in a blue moon, I'd be shooting it, and it's shooting accurate as hell, as it always is. And I'm shooting it, and every once in a while, the slide would lock back, you know, and there would be an empty casing stuck in the chamber. It failed to extract an empty casing. So I said, all right, I don't know, maybe the rim of the bullet's out of spec and it couldn't pull it out. So I gave it a pass. Then I was shooting it again, and it did it again. Then it did it again. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. $1,000 gun, really? So I said, I'm going to send this back to Sig, and then I offered it. A friend of mine works with me at work, and he offered to buy it from me. So I gave him a really good price because there was something wrong with it. Now he claims it doesn't do it anymore. So good for him. He got a really nice gun for a really good price, but it was doing it to me. So after that, the money he gave me, I bought the Sig Sauer Legacy. Now this might have happened vice versa, because I can't remember which one I had first. I bought a Sig Sauer Legacy 229. That's what a lot of law enforcement carry, that particular gun. And I'm shooting it, and here we go again. Empty casing in the chamber. Failed to pull out an empty casing in the chamber. I said, okay, it can't be the gun. I just got another gun. Maybe we have a bad batch of ammo. Let's switch brands. Let's go from PMC 115 grain to Spear Lawman 115 grain and see what it does. Spear Lawman, put it in, same thing. I said, okay, just for the hell of it, let me try a box of American Eagle. American Eagle did the same thing. Send it back to Sig. Look, here it is. I even sent them a friggin' video showing them it did it. And then they showed me a video showing it didn't do it. And then they're telling me at Sig, oh, don't run 115 grain, run 124 or 147 grain. I'm like, listen, dude, your $1,000 gun can't run 115 grain? Are you kidding me? I don't think that's the problem. Oh, that's the problem. Oh, no, it's not the problem. That doesn't make sense, because I've had SIGs years ago that it was like a Glock. You could put a piece of dog shit in there and it would cycle it. Don't tell me it's the weight of the bullet. They didn't know what it was. They're just blowing smoke up my ass. So I gave up on it. So that's it. I'm done. I'm not buying SIGs either for a couple years or for a long time. So then, I don't know why I'm holding this. Like I said, I don't remember the correct order. Then I bought this because this is the Sig Sauer 1911 Nightmare. It's probably one of the most pretty 1911s I've ever seen, as far as the contrast, the colors. I like that it's all steel. I'm not a fan of aluminum frames. With this particular gun, I like it to be all steel. I like that there's one thumb safety on one side, not two. I hate them. But I love the black and silver. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Man, thing scratches easy. Anyway, yeah, this is a pretty gun, so I don't want any scratches on it. I barely ever shoot it. When I first got this one, the slide was locking back randomly. Like you're just shooting and shooting and shooting, and all of a sudden the slide just locks back right in the middle of a magazine, and then a full round of ammunition pops out and lands on the table. It's like, what the frig is that? Never seen that before. So I gave it a pass, shot it again, and it did it again. So I sent this back to Sig Sauer, and they did fix it. It was ejecting straight back, hit me in the head, which ain't a huge issue, but it shouldn't do that. And it was locking back randomly. Okay, sent it back to Sig. They fixed it perfect. This gun runs perfect. So they found out what was wrong with that. They were able to, what do they call it? Find out what was wrong with it, and they fixed it. They had the wrong ejector in there, and they had to, I don't know, the extractor, I don't know what they did to make it extract better, but the extracts perfect. So this gun is, I got, since the repair, I got like 350 to 400 rounds through it, and it runs like a timed watch. It really does. It runs great. So they did good with this. So then, this comes in. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at my friend Jimmy, and I'm looking at it, I said, damn dude, that is a nice Sig Sauer. I said, do I dare to give the P229 another chance? Do I dare to do it? So a week later goes by, and it's still sitting in the case, and I'm like, you know, I'm just going to do it. What's the worst can happen? It ain't going to change my life any if it doesn't work right. So I bought this one. The reason why I bought this one was people were buying, you know, SIGs left and right at our shop, and no one's saying anything bad happening, so I assume it's okay. And so far it is okay. This is running really nice. It ejects perfectly, and it's reliable. I put probably 4 different brands of ammunition in it. I ran Spear, Gold Dots, not Spear. Is it Spear it makes them? Yeah, the Gold Dots. The Gold Dots hollow points. These are what I like. I prefer my guns because I like how they're shaped. They feed nice. I ran them like butter, and not one problem so far. Been shooting it pretty often at the range since I got it, and I can't say anything bad. It runs perfect. So what was going on, I guess they fixed it. But you know, they should let people know, look, there's a problem. Because it wasn't just me. It was other customers that bought the gun too. It was doing the exact same thing. The M11A1 was doing it. Shut up. M11A1 was doing it. But I guess they fixed it because, I don't know. So let's talk about this gun. I don't like to handle nice guns with a ring on. I want to thank my friend Art for getting me this ring dedicated to my father. It's a beautiful ring. It says, "In God We Trust," and it has my parents' marriage date on there, 1952, and he sent that to me. He had it made and sent that to me. And I do wear it, Art, all the time, but when I'm handling guns, I don't like to wear it because I don't pay attention and I screw things up. So I just want to thank him again. Thank you for this. I wear it every day. Okay? So, okay. Man, this is a long video. What I do like about the new SIGs, I'm going to tell you something what I don't like. It's weird, and they say it's normal, but I'm telling you, I don't get it. But the gun's running, so I'm not touching nothing. I'll show you in a minute. What I do like is Sig Sauer is using the same finish that Glock's using on their barrels. I think it's called ion bond. I'm pretty sure. It's like a deep, dark gray. It's almost black, but it's not quite black. It's like a charcoal gray finish, and it's really durable. Usually after 50 rounds, a SIG, an HK, all of them will automatically get that worn out smiley face there. And I have a Glock with 800 rounds through it, and it doesn't even look like it was shot. Here's a SIG with, this has over 250 rounds to it so far, and you can't even tell. I could say, oh, I just bought this and never shot it. It's amazing. I don't know what that is. They should coat the whole gun in that, you know. A friend of mine said they do. He said they do the slide and the barrel in the same finish, but it don't look like that because the barrels, it's a different texture, but maybe because the slide's a different metal than the barrel, it's different. I don't know. But this is, right now, this is indestructible. I love that. Not for visual purposes, just for corrosion. You know, you never have to worry about corroding. So I just wanted to show you that. Another thing I just wanted to show you, the ejector. Now, if you guys are new Sig Sauer owners and you got a 229, please listen to this, because I want you to check your gun out. First, I want to show you this. This has the short reset trigger. This has everything. So when you pull the trigger, and then it cycles, you hold the trigger in, it's cycling. The reset is way at the back. I mean, that's crazy. Now I pull it again and easily can stay on target. That really helps less, you know, it helps less movement in the trigger guard. The less movement in the trigger guard, the less this muzzle moves around, and it keeps you on target. That and proper grip, of course. This thing's running like an old SIG, like an old-time SIG. It runs great. Has that soft Cadillac recoil. You know, if you have a SIG, how it feels. Okay, but there's one weird thing about it. There's always that weird thing. The ejector, not the extractor. If you're new to guns, there's an extractor here and an ejector inside. The ejector helps get the brass out. The ejector in here, if you put your finger on it and move it back and forth, it wiggles back and forth about a 32nd of an inch back and forth. And I don't get that. I've never seen a gun with a loose ejector. So, according to my research online, that's normal. Why don't the old Sig's ejectors move like that? They're rock solid. Why would they make them loose? Making it loose like that, what does that do? I mean, how does that improve the reliability? Is there a reason why they're like that? That's all I'm saying. But other than that, it is a reliable gun. But according to the internet and gun forums and Sig Sauer, that movement in there with the ejector is normal. Another guy, if he's watching the video, Jimmy, he's in law enforcement. You know who you are, Jimmy. I know this guy loves Sig Sauer. He swears by them. I think he has a new one. Check yours out too. Put your finger in there and see if your ejector moves back and forth like that. But it has to be a newer Sig. I think from like 2012 to now. They're the ones that are going to have that. I thought that was the problem with my other ones because they felt like that. And I was thinking maybe that was the problem. But obviously that was not the problem. So these Sigs have full-length guide rails. So I don't use oil to grease them up. I use grease. And I use Milcom grease, or the grease Sig Sauer gives to you, the white grease. Seems to run real good. It'll probably run good with anything, But I like a thicker, thick oil or a grease, nothing too watery, because there's a lot of weight in the slide. It's full-length rails. There's a lot of friction, so I just like the grease better with this gun. So, Glocks, just a little dab of oil, and you just rock and roll forever. Another thing guys complain about is when they decock the hammer. After decocking it after a long time, it causes wear under here. See, that's silly. That's something I don't like it, but I expect that to happen. But I don't expect a loose ejector. But this stuff, you're causing that wear. You're causing it by handling it and working the parts. You can't. There's nothing you can do about that. The sights it comes with, they're night sights, and they have these fins on each side. Because the night sights on this particular gun are adjustable, and it goes up and down, and I think it goes side to side, but I didn't have to move it side to side. I had to raise it up a little because I was shooting low. So it did work, and it comes with an Allen key. You put the Allen key on that side. Counterclockwise is up, clockwise is down. Thank you, Billy. You're so smart. And it has these fins on the side. I don't know if you can see that. Some people like it, some people don't. Doesn't bother me. I look at it like it gives you like when you're looking down the sights, those fins, it gives you like you're looking down a hallway. It gives you them walls on each side, so it makes it easier for me to focus on the front sight. It's kind of like I said, like you're looking down like a scope or something, if you know what I mean. That's all I can say. So Sig Sauer Elite, Dark Elite 229 is running fantastic. It's running every kind of ammo. I even put cheap unknown brand ammo through it, the reloads, and it ran them perfectly. So it's good to go. Comes with two magazines. They both hold 15 plus 1. As you know, the old Legacies hold 13, so the new ones hold 15. So just glad I got a traditional Sig back in my gun collection, and so happy about it. So awesome. Beautiful. Got to get a holster for it now. The reason why I brought this out is I told you about the repair, just my experience with it. This gun runs great. So both of my Sigs are running awesome. There's this oil out. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this before. It's called Lucas Oil, Extreme Duty Gun Oil. This stuff's really amazing. Some young lady gave me this at the gun shop during the IDPA. And it took me a while to get to it. Just had it sitting around. But what I do like is, first of all, the bottle, the syringe bottle is my favorite kind. You can oil everything accurately and not over oil anything because you have control with the syringe more than you do just a bottle. I love the syringe. But this is neat because it's a different kind of oil. You have all these different oils. They're all the same. Some are thicker than others, and that's really the only difference. This one's thicker, this one's watery, this one's in the middle, but they're just oil. This is a little different. It has like a stringy, slimy feeling to it, and it's really unique. So I think Brownell sells this. I'm not promoting or anything. This was just a sample given to me, and if I find something really effective, I like to show you guys. 38 degrees Fahrenheit to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's your temperature. Extreme duty gun oil. I guess Lucas is the company that makes it. So if you see this anywhere, give it a try. I think it's really different. Every time I try another gun oil, I'm like, what's the difference? You know. This is very different. You can see it's even the color's different. It's blue. It's neat. So check that out. As far as I know, is Brownell sells it. That's all. That's where you can get it. All right, guys. Hope you like the new gun. I do, and a couple hundred more rounds, and I'll definitely be carrying this as a duty weapon at work. Awesome gun. Very nice. All right, guys. Take it easy.